So one of the things that was important to us and that was important to Lori was integration with a microchip company, and that software integration is huge for us because when you're starting out, everybody does a little bit of everything. And if there's technology that can help take workload off of people so that those people can focus on doing other things as opposed to going back and forth in between systems and updating microchips and moving things along, and it happens automatically, that's huge. So the microchip integration, the ability to take donations online and our adoption fees, and using a credit card processing as opposed to having to figure out how we're going to get somebody to be able to pay a credit card and get it into our system and track it and all that kind of stuff. The fact that we are not printing paper everywhere, so that our contract is online and that we can send people contracts automatically. It comes in an email. They have the opportunity to get the whole document. We have that record in our system forever. The fact that we can upload documents. I think we have not maximized the functionality of dog medical records and things like that on our end just because of lack of labor. But the idea that we can put all of that information and have a history for all of our dogs in there forever with as much information as we put in there, and our adopters for that matter, report writing and how we can get different pieces of data out of the system is great. And it's very, very helpful to be able to look at lots of different data points and how things are working. For us, we find, and I'm sure this is the same for any volunteer organization in the world, you can only do as much as your volunteers have capacity to do. So the more volunteers we can recruit and the more foster families that we can recruit, that means the more dogs we can save. And so when we're not doing administrative work, it may be calling a shelter or reaching out to a shelter or calling a volunteer or doing an interview to see what they're interested in, how they can fit in, and how we can maximize the time and the talent that they have available. I'm very fortunate in that I'm retired, so I don't have to compete with a full-time job when I'm doing my rescue work. But a lot of people are not, and they might have kids and families, so they might have an hour here or there that they can do things. And finding those people and fitting them in and then keeping them engaged is huge. It's almost like a job to be managing different rescue functions, because when people aren't engaged and people aren't getting satisfaction out of what they're doing, they're going to go somewhere else and get that satisfaction. So doing things like making sure they know about the different events we're doing and asking them to help us, and assigning jobs and responsibilities and tasks and things that they can help us do, but also keep them engaged with who we are and how we move forward.